Time is a flat circle, folks. You guys are so obsessed with being being late. Time is a flat circle.
I started it. That's my bad. I just wanted to see what they would say. They did not disappoint.
They did not. What's up, everybody? Welcome to All Eyez on Cleveland on the Browns Film Breakdown Network, home of the greatest chat in all the land. That's you guys. We are what I consider to be narrowing in on a hire. The rest of this town, media, people with microphones in front of them, and they want to complain. They want to bitch about something, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know what there is to complain about at this point. We can bring up what they're saying, but so do you have any criticisms of the Browns coaching search so far?
No, man. Look, I get being impatient, but we got to be realistic about the situation, man. This is Andrew Berry's one time that he's guaranteed to get to hire a head coach. He's measuring twice and cutting once. There's a lot of openings. So there's, I get that, like, oh, we need to be more urgent. Which one of the candidates that you wanted are off the board?
None.
Okay. So we're right where we need to be.
Right.
And I get it because you want to see the process, and I get impatient at times too. But it's the reality of the situation, and it's painfully obvious they want to talk to Shieldhouse. Like, let it cook, man. I mean, that can't happen until Monday. So, and they still have some other hurdles they have to cross before even that happens if they're going to make a job offer. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
So I heard
my dream's still alive, on the radio, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I heard somebody on the radio tonight say it doesn't feel like the Browns are going to be prepared to make a hire for weeks at this point. And I went, what? I think this is done middle of next week.
Yeah, I'd say you're right. I mean, they're targeting youth, man, and their second interviews are coming up for the youth people. So
yeah,
that's where the movement will be.
The only criticism I would have, I don't know if I would have done played this Schwartz thing the way they did.
Can I tell you the thing that pisses me off the most about the Schwartz thing?
Sure.
If that was what you were leaning towards at all, then why did Kevin finish out the fucking season? Like, if you were just going to hand the ball off to the guy on the, the other side of the ball, it's just like we could have sped ran this if that was like your intention. So,
yeah, I mean, this, but just it's not even that. It's not that he's a candidate that bothers me. The thing that bothers me is that, like, we're gonna approach the job with him as like an attachment already. Like, you have to take him, right? And I don't know that they phrased it that way. And I don't think that either of the young guys probably don't really have, like, they can look at the defense and look at Schwartz and his resume and say, okay, he makes sense to be on my staff compared to what I would bring personally. But, like, if it was between keeping Schwartz around or hiring the guy that I think should get the job, bye.
This ain't a question at that point, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, though, both those young guys are going to have who their staff would be as part of this interview. Who would your staff be? Like, that's going to be part of it.
I would highly doubt that Andrew Berry would. I think it's bad PR to just not abide by the Rooney Rule and pay the fine. I cannot see them doing that.
No, yeah, they'll cross the hurdles.
I think that I would not be surprised if it's not handled by Monday by Monday.
Yeah, like, me too. And like, I don't know what the official I know the Browns come on and say, we just completed this interview. They do that on social media. I don't know they have to do that.
They don't.
Do you know what I mean? So we don't know that they haven't interviewed someone that we're not privy to at some juncture along the way. Maybe even a college coach or somebody who didn't want it to get out there that they were interviewing.
I don't think they did.
But that's us thinking. Like it's hard for us to be like, Coach
they did.
2026 tracking planes and shit. It's wild out here.
Yeah. So the guy. So I listened to several people on the radio today, and it's like the Browns don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? They've botched this thing from the beginning. They, where are any of the quality names in this search? And da 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 da. And they've gotten told no by guys. And okay, hold on, slow down. Mike McDaniels. Notice that it wasn't phrased that all the other teams he interviewed with that he pulled his name from there.
Yeah, just us.
Just the Browns, right?
Yeah.
Even though he had other interviews lined up.
Several, yeah.
And never did them. But he didn't pull his name from their thing. He just took the job that he liked when he did it. So they fired Greg Roman. He took the interview. He liked it. He took that job. Fine. That's fine. I don't think the Browns were ever going to hire Jesse Minter. I don't think it. Obviously, with this whole Schwartz thing, they weren't going to hire Jesse Minter.
Yeah, he was the one defensive guy they were going to hire that actually had me intrigued. That was the only one.
But if you're dangling this Schwartz carrot out there, or whatever that is that they're doing with him, then you're not going to hire him. So let him go. Who cares if he doesn't come in? At this point, the only thing that they need to do is see out the rest of their interviews. I'm fine with the process they've done.
Yeah.
I'm fine with who they've talked to. I know Shula said no. I know Harbaugh didn't give him an interview. But, that was a long shot from the get.
Yeah. And he might even be kicking himself in the ass now for not holding on, and then Buffalo becomes available.
100%. Do you think I said this to Jake, but don't you think that I think agents could lose their job over that? So he takes the job in New York. To me, it's the agent's job to think of every potential opening that could still happen before he takes the job.
Yeah.
And then back channel to Buffalo. There's somebody that you have to be able to reach out to in Buffalo and say, hey, if something happens, is it possible that McDermott is going to get fired? And if he is, are you guys would you look to hire my client? Because if he is, we're going to wait around, right?
Yeah. I mean, it would have been 5 days, just hang on 5 days. And then the most attractive job becomes open, and he would have been a good candidate for that.
Who do you think they're going to interview?
I don't know. And that's the thing too, is it's not going to be a serious interview, right? So I would interview a young coordinator and kind of give him the shine of interviewing for a head coach. If you're going to do that, if it's not someone you're going to hire anyway, don't waste some veteran's time. If we're just going through the paces,
I would pick somebody. I might even lean on a little bit on I think they're hiring Udinski. I am convinced of it. And I don't want to jinx it.
What a day that'll be.
But I think they are. And if they are, if they feel that way about him and he does what I think he's going to do in the second interview and pretty much secure things because he's who he is.
Yeah.
Then I would lean on him to say, is there somebody that you are considering for your offensive staff that we can give a head coaching interview to meet the Rooney Rule and A, give him that experience, and B, start to get to know him?
Yeah, that'd be smart. That'd be the perfect way to play it. If that is your plan, is to bring Udinski in and offer him the job, but you can't make the offer until then. So pick his brain. I know that when Flores signed his defensive coordinator contract in Minnesota, there's a couple guys that were up for it. If he hadn't returned, and maybe he spent a couple years on that stuff. Might be one area he looks in.
There is a gleam.
There's a gleam
for sure. Like, here's my thing. Like, Buffalo's going to interview him, which is kind of scary because we know how impressive he is in an interview. For sure. But the one thing about it is, like, I just don't think they're in a position. Get ready for Todd Monken. That's so funny. That's the one guy I have not taken seriously at all in this.
Yeah, he's not. He's 1,000,000% not going to be the head coach.
Yeah.
Man, I just think the Buffalo's in win now mode. Right now. Yeah. And I think that leans towards them going with a veteran.
They aren't in a position where they can risk putting a 30-year-old in charge of Josh Allen's prime years, right?
Yeah.
And I think that would be wild for them. However, we are in a unique position to roll the dice on this kid.
Yes, we are.
Like, 100%. If he fails, if he's not ready, right? 2 years and he's out. We didn't set anything behind right? Like, I don't expect the Browns to be Super Bowl contenders in the next 2 years. I expect them to be better.
Yeah.
But if not, say it takes him a year or two to get, and remember he shadowed McConnell when he was O'Connell when he was the head coach, so he understands all the aspects of the head coaching job and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I just think that, and I talked about this last night with Jake. Like, we are excited. We've been talking about Udinski since before it was a thing.
Before it's cool.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that a lot of Cleveland has come around on him. Less so the media, but more so like I see like on Twitter, fans are like, yeah.
It's impossible to not hear him talk and be impressed.
Right.
Like, it's impossible.
I've consumed everything there is to consume on him.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that he will keep Schwartz. I don't know that as a fact, but I'm leaning towards believing that. There's the Twitter insiders. They're just regular accounts. They're not really insiders, but they claim to know people. Mm-hmm. And one account is claiming that they offered Schwartz the job, and they all started crying, and Andrew Berry was crying at his second opportunity and all this stuff, and that is a done deal. And the other one is saying that it's Udinski, and that part of the interview was talking to Schwartz. The second interview was talking to Schwartz about expectations as far as being the defensive coordinator with one of these guys, assistant head coach role. However, Mary Kay Cabot, also not really an insider. She lives in that world where she can't really be wrong. Common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She shapes common sense into making it sound like she's breaking news. But she also reported that some of that interview was the Browns talking to Schwartz about the young candidate.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a stretch for anybody to think that was part of that interview.
No, it has to be. He feels like the fallback candidate. And that might hurt his feelings, and that might have to cause Jimmy to open up his checkbook a little bigger to keep him as the DC when they do eventually hire one of these younger guys.
Honestly, if he doesn't keep Jim Schwartz, there's $1 million. Yeah, agreed.
Yes, agree. I've been saying it.
Like, I'm like, dude, they fired Raheem Morris. Can you imagine Raheem Morris with this defense?
I'm saying, yeah.
I find it
I just
hard to
love this
believe he
personnel.
couldn't.
You're not going to have a shortage of defensive coordinators that would be willing to work with this unit.
Yeah. You want to rehab your image, Raheem, before you take your second swing? This is the place to do it on defense. 100%. That will not be an issue. But
I think Jimmy likes Schwartz, and I think that that's what's keeping this in this fashion. And it's the reason that at least Barry, by giving him the 2 interviews, can tell Jimmy, hey, look, we kicked the tires, but candidate A, B, whatever. Then he has to sell Jimmy on it.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to sell Jimmy on this, and like I think from the start, Jimmy has kind of wanted this to. I'm sorry, I don't know why my camera keeps doing that, people. I'm working on getting it fixed. It's crazy out of control with the flashing and whatnot. I don't understand why that's happening. Let me change a couple settings and see if it gets any better. But like, yeah, so the defensive position, of course, I would like Schwartz to say, because then you don't have to change. Then you're living in a world where guys already know the ins and outs of the scheme, and you can advance it even further, which is kind of what we saw, I think, this year in their best moments on defense. They were
actually disguising things. Look,
they were a team that was beginning to work in disguise and cat and mouse chess stuff, that because they know the defense so well. And obviously it highlights a lot of the skill set of the guys they have on this defense. Like, if you brought in a guy that's very zone centric, it's a little bit different. You'd have to make some changes and whatnot, right? But like, not a ton, but like, the guys are pretty versatile, right? You know?
Yeah. Tyson Campbell is a perfect fit for what Schwartz likes to do. So they're making that trade. He's not as adept in zone. That was kind of his problem in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But they're skilled enough that it's not going to be that big of a setback if that's what they do. I would prefer to stay in man as much as you can, but look at the league. You know, you're a unicorn as is. The league's not doing what you're doing.
Is there some reporting out there, Casey, about Keon Coleman off the field?
Yeah, he's late to meetings all the time. No shows. And that's what got him benched in the middle of the season. But I know every time that dude's on the field, he makes a difference. I'm very much in favor of making that a lottery ticket.
I'm interested as well, Jeffrey. I'm very much interested. The way the owner threw him under the bus with 2 years of control left on his rookie deal.
Dude, Bean is on a roll, bro. That dude cannot get out of his own way. Keep the mic in his face, pretty please.
Please.
What a buffoon.
Well, you think the Browns would take another cornerback in the draft? Do they need to?
Need to? No, but will they? They may more likely, probably somewhere in their 9 picks. If they probably make at least 7 picks out of those 9.
What are you going to do with them, though? I mean, all right, so let's talk secondary.
Keep searching for your full-time nickel, man.
You don't think that what's his name earned it this year?
Yeah, but you got to breed competition. You just can't let people be.
Sure.
Yeah, no.
But
like, I like Harden. You know, I'm a Miles Harden fan.
Yeah, I think Harden did well.
But has he earned enough to be the unquestioned starter on this unit? No.
He should be the guy that you put in the depth chart, your pencil depth chart before camp and stuff. You should have competition there. But like, I think he'll probably end up starting. I mean, he's going to get,
unless someone blows him out of the water and comes in and, you know, but that's, I'm all about it.
But like, I probably think the guy that does that is probably like a UDFA or a late draft pick or whatever.
Maybe like draft corners, man.
They do well with UDFA corners. Bring Dom Jones back, baby.
Yeah. I'm team Dom Jones. We can do that.
Yeah, I don't know if he can play.
But I'm saying they have enough ammunition. That's they probably are walking away at the corner.
Yeah,
or a flex type player at some point that can do multiple.
Let's do this, chat. chat, you can do this too, and I want Casey, chat, you just put a number down. What round is the first round the Browns take a defensive player in the draft this year?
Third
round?
That's my answer, yeah.
Chat, what you got? What
I think
round?
the first 3 picks will be heavy offense.
4, 5. How many picks do they have in? Oh, I saw a 1 in there. Yeah. Okay.
Caleb Downs, come on down.
Yeah. I think taking a defensive player in the first or second round is malpractice.
Unless you have someone that you consider a blue chip on your board that falls in your lap.
But
and you play the Ravens game that they used to how they got Kyle Hamilton. I'm sure that was not their plan walking into that draft, that it fell in their lap. But it would take that. It would take a true blue chip player, and there's usually 3 in a draft. Yeah. And I don't think you take them with your first one no matter what, because you have massive needs on the offensive line.
Yeah, even if Downs is there, say he's there for you to take, I just don't think you can even take. Maybe somebody will trade up to get him if he fell to where are they picking 6th?
Yeah, I agree. So, no, it's 6. I think it's offense no matter what. Either you're getting the best tackle on the board or the best skill player on the board.
So in talk, I don't know. Did you listen to our show last night?
No, I did not hear anything last night.
Okay, so Jake was saying that at this point, and a lot changes, but I find very interesting, and I'm interested to hear what you think about it too. But as far as the draft goes, we know it's probably going to be offensive line receiver or receiver offensive line. When does it fall off at which position is kind of the question you have to figure out.
Offensive tackle falls off lifetimes before wide receiver.
See, that Jake said he thought that they're discovering more interesting offensive linemen that will be around late in the first round than in the mock that Kuiper did, had all the good receivers gone. He had us taking that Branch kid, which I would not be really huge on. But after Boston, he's making the point that after Boston, there's a drop off at wide receiver. And because of that, and that could happen middle of the first round, that you probably would behoove yourself to go receiver early.
I mean, it depends on your board, how you have it valued. I think offensive tackle falls off a cliff after the first 2 or 3 go, man. And it's dart throws at offensive tackle. Now you could go, look, man, we can't get pigeonholed in because we have needs of both tackles. So if a guy's a right tackle, he's a right tackle. I don't give a shit. You have to go get starting caliber players up front. We did not have that last year. So I mean, that's where I'm leaning at as we sit today. Is if I think you can find receivers. Can Barry find wide receivers? That's the question. Can Barry find wide receivers?
Yeah, there is a drop off at both positions. So it's can you get the key is getting a player from both positions before the drop off. You have to figure out a way to do that.
Yeah.
However you have to play that. Does that require a trade down? I don't know.
It very well might. But you have that ammo too. You have the ammo to do so.
You also have the ammo to come up if you have to.
That's why you stockpile draft picks, man. You be fluid in the moment and make the decisions you believe are best for your team. But you're so deficient at those two groups that you got to walk away from this draft with at least 2 or 3 offensive linemen and at least 2 receivers.
Yeah, I like Keon Coleman, but he can't be the answer to your one. He's a lottery ticket. He's not the.
I would sign Christian Watson too if Green Bay doesn't tag him.
Sure,
there's a lot of guys that I'd be interested in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about bringing in professional receivers this offseason. They don't need to be superstars. I just need professional guys to upgrade the room. But at the top of the room and at the top of this draft, you need to change the ceiling of the room with an elite playmaker.
Yeah.
To be taken seriously.
Unfortunately, we're dealing with two positions, and because we haven't had first round picks several of the last years, we don't know, because Barry's taken stabs at receiver in the mid rounds. None of them have really worked. So it makes
I hear you, man.
Okay,
I hear you.
I love you, MC. Nakua
that's a one in a lifetime.
I'm saying
pick, and
I'm saying, man.
And Barry has proven that with third round picks, they haven't really worked out that greatly.
No.
So, but like, which is fair because it is a crapshoot. And I'm not necessarily blaming him. I'm just saying nobody is hitting third round receivers at a regular rate, just like knocking them down, right? In the NFL, it's just a crapshoot. And so,
draft 2, baby. Draft 2.
Yeah, draft 2, and I think you need to spend one of your firsts on a receiver, no doubt, because you have to elevate this room. So, yeah, and I think there are a couple tackles that are worth the 6th pick in the draft, right? I think the one kid, the Miami kid's going to go probably before that.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Depends on how greedy these teams get with quarterbacks. If they have, what their grades are.
What other quarterback is going to go in the top 6?
I don't know. I'm not the other teams. We need someone to do it, though.
It ain't going to happen.
We need someone to happen. We need someone to think Ty Simpson's that guy, man.
Ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think he's that guy.
There's
one quarterback with the first round worthy grade, but do you only think one quarterback's going in the first round?
No, I think Ty Simpson might go in the first round, but I would be surprised if he went in the top 6.
Me too. But buddy, that would help us out.
That's kind of where I'm at, Charlie. I mean, I can get behind the kid from Utah, right? It's the second best tackle right now. Yeah. Either one is a day one starter, right?
For us, 100%, yes. Yeah.
What do you think of, so I'm working on a trade market piece that'll be out in a couple days. It's a lot of the people that you think would be there, but I'm just kind of talking through some of the stuff. What do you think of Walker Little?
I don't know, man. Like, what round do I think he's going in? Like,
Braden Smith?
I don't know Braden Smith.
Isn't that his name?
Who's he played for?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, Braden Smith. I think he's going to be a free agent, actually, Braden Smith is, but he's a tackle for the Colts.
I don't know.
29 years old. Not very good grades, I guess. He's pretty below average. He's actually not as good as Little. Who was I thinking of? Oh, there's on the trade block, the Green Bay center, Elgton Jenkins, has a massive contract for a year. He plays center and guard, but he was 7th out of 40 centers in pass blocking. 25th overall. It's not great, but like, what do you think they do?
So those are upgrades for us. Not great is an upgrade for where we're at right now.
Right. But I think he's worth like $30 million or something. You can't do that.
No, you can't fuck with that. We don't have them kind of ducats. We have more flexibility than people think, but it's not that.
Let's bring up. Anyways, while we're on the topic, anything else on the coaching search? Like, we think it's Udinsky. You think it's Udinsky? You think that's
until my dream's dead, and that's all that's all my chips. My chips.
I actually think that's where they're at too.
Yeah, and I just I was hesitant that he would actually get the opportunity at this stage, but since he did, we're here now.
Yeah.
This is your only opportunity to pick him up. He will not be available on the board later. Even if Andrew Berry does well with this coaching hire, I think it behooves him to attach himself to a younger guy, and because if it hits, you're great and your job's secure for a long ass time.
And I keep saying this, but like with a guy like this, where guys talk about him the way they talk about him, and just watching him, the feeling you kind of get that he's special.
Yeah.
And we don't know. It could fail.
It
right?
Could. Yeah, always.
It could absolutely fail.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it a home run hire or anything, but I think it's a hire you can get excited about if you're the Browns or a Browns fan, because I think he could be a star. And you're in the unique position to be able to roll the dice on this. And the only way you get an opportunity at a guy like this is if you arrive early, and they are there early. It's a very unique opportunity. I think can you afford, is it riskier to take him or to not take him? I almost think it's riskier to not take him.
Yeah, man, because when he proves to be the next guy for some other team 2 years from now.
How bad does that look?
You're trained out the station.
You're Barry at that point might as well just retire if that happens.
Yeah.
If he doesn't hire him this cycle and he goes on to be the next star coach, Barry should retire. He will be crucified for it.
Well, I just find it hard to believe too. Like you finally get your opportunity to get a coach, and you end up going with someone in your own building that you know what I mean? Like go take the swing, man. This is your opportunity to take the swing. And you're not buying a system. You're not buying a scheme. You're buying a guy. Yeah. You're buying a mind who's malleable and flexible and works around whatever personnel you give him. You're not coming into a guy who has to put people in certain positions or it doesn't work.
I wrote that in an article, and somebody...
You're a smart man.
Clipped it. Did you see that?
No.
On Twitter?
You got clipped?
Somebody clipped my article and posted it, and like a bunch of people.
Did you get posted on Facebook? A bunch of Facebook groups with it?
I don't know. I just saw that
schemes get figured out, man. You need a mind that can maneuver around it. And I keep pointing to McVay because everyone's like the Shanahan system or the McVay system. Well, McVay's not even running the same system he was running when he came in the league. Like he's evolved. And when you're dealing with someone who evolves season to season, you can't just put them in a box and say, well, this is what they do.
Where's it at? They were like, this came from Browns Film Breakdown. They didn't give me credit, but... And it was a clip of a little blurb that I wrote on Udinski. Oh, here it is. 702 likes now. 84.1 thousand views. This is from Browns Film Breakdown on Grant Udinski. If this is correct, Udinski is the polar opposite of Kevin Stefanski. This is from Ed Greenberger, who is absolutely married to one scheme and completely inflexible. I mean, that's debatable, but either way.
There's truth to it, for sure.
There is some truth to the fact that he hasn't found success in other. I don't know if he's married to one, but he hasn't found success in another scheme, right? So, but anyways, this is what got clipped here. Can I share this? It doesn't matter. I don't need to share it. The biggest takeaway from Udinski's football DNA is that he doesn't come across as someone married to one scheme. He comes off like someone married to precision. That's where his appeal becomes obvious for Cleveland. The Browns have spent too much time living in an offensive loop where the plan isn't clean enough, isn't flexible enough, or doesn't hold up under adversity. The moment the quarterback gets pressured, the moment the game script flips, or the moment the margin for error shrinks, the offense begins to feel like an exercise in survival instead of an operation built to win.
Has anyone ever told you you're a smart man? Because if not, I'm going to do it right now. Thanks, that's 100% true.
Yeah. That's why I don't even know if he. I assume he would call plays, but I'd be interested to see if maybe he didn't.
Hmm.
Maybe he wants to have his hands in every pie. You know. Hey oh.
Oh, backdoor Brad.
Hey oh. You know. Maybe he wants to be in on everything. You know.
Yeah, and maybe it'll actually be what Kevin claimed it was for years, this collaborative effort where they're all, cooking in the same stew. It'll actually be that.
I
So
think the obvious hire at offensive coordinator should Udinski get this job is Josh McCown.
yeah, that was one of the first guy I circled to because their time in Minnesota, and I've always been a big believer in McCown though too. So part of that's probably me wish casting a little bit.
Me too.
I've always thought that he would make a tremendous offensive coordinator, and obviously he's in a spot now as a quarterbacks coach, where the head coach calls the play. So he's not going to get that opportunity there, at least for now. But people in Minnesota are pissed that O'Connell didn't give the play calling duties over to Udinski 2 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever gives up play calling duties though. That's
You don't
like
think he'll do it in back-to-back seasons?
Yeah.
Shit.
That like he knows that's who he is. He
Mhm.
knows that's one of his gifts. You keep it. It's what you do.
Yeah,
What,
to quote the great Hugh Jackson, you're driving the bus.
yeah.
You make the
Yeah.
shots. You call them.
One day when you're driving the bus, you can
Little
do
did he
things
know,
your
but by
way.
the next season, Freddie was driving the bus, the guy who brought that whole
Right off the
conversation.
goddamn road. Uh
Well, that's my point with like Andrew Berry. Like, you got to nail this. You have to nail this hire. Because if you don't, you're not getting a second one. If it goes bad, you're not getting a second one. Just look at Dorsey. Dorsey had a decent reputation as a GM. You hire Freddie Kitchens, that's it. You don't get him to make that decision anymore. The ball's in Andrew's court.
it really isn't. And like, listen, you're gonna hear listen, we know, you guys know as a chat, Browns fans in this media at times can be very toxic in this town.
Yeah.
They want to bitch. They want to complain. Their perspective of the Browns, somewhat rightly so after the last 2 years, is not at a high level right now. Their offensive skill level is bad. So anything they do that isn't perfect, they are going to attack. I am fine with the way this process is played out. You fill the Rooney Rule. The only thing that would upset me is if they really stalled and took too long, and they start missing out on guys that you can get on your staff.
Yes.
Because you're fucking around.
Yeah.
Just get the guy in next week, because there's no rush at this point. You have to wait for Shieldhouse anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I figure that's Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. So Monday, get a guy in, interview him, interview Shieldhouse, announce the hiring midweek, and you'll be on par with most of the league.
Yeah. And you want to be ahead of the Senior Bowl. For me, that's the timeline. You want to get your person in place and the staff in place ahead of the Senior Bowl.
That's smart. Speaking of, Jake is at the Shrine Bowl.
Oh, is he? That's dope, man. Where are they holding it at this year?
It's in Dallas.
They've been moving it around.
Were they?
Yeah, it was in Vegas there for a second. They've been tinkering with moving it different places.
It's in Dallas. So he's there. So next few shows will be him live from the Shrine Bowl.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. But today was the travel day, so buckle up. It's me and Peter tonight.
Oh no. Off the rails quickly.
When dad's
away, not home,
the kids will play.
The kids will play.
So yeah. But yes, it will for me. Yeah.
Yeah, undoubtedly. I just can't stress it enough, man. Like, this is your opportunity to advance, to get innovation. I don't want to go with an also ran. I just don't. I know, like I've said it, I have no doubt the team would play hard for Schwartz. The effort would be there, but I don't think the innovation is going to be there. And there's enough things that I have questions about of him as a defensive coordinator, let alone a head coach, about adjustments and game plans, and
Agreed.
and it's just not been there. So it's hard for me to imagine he's leading a group that'd get better at that, because you have to get better at in-game adjustments,
Got to.
being flexible.
All right.
But I do think that Schwartz would hold more accountability, which that is another element that this team has lacked massively. There's just no accountability. Guys who make mistakes are allowed to make the same mistakes every week. Nothing ever changes. That's what we've been dealing with. So I do need whoever takes the helm to have accountability, and I imagine Schwartz would have that.
Yeah. All right. Real quickly, let's go through free agents real quick. Hold on. So we can do this real quick because PFF did their trade thing. What did they do? Best landing spots for the 10 highest graded free agents on offense. Ready?
Be interesting. I did not see this. Let's roll.
Kenneth Walker, 92.3 PFF grade, best landing spot. They have Kansas City Chiefs. No, that doesn't matter to us. Mike Evans, best landing spot, Buffalo Bills.
I could see that. Now that you said that's been put on the ether, I could see that.
Yeah. Wide receiver, George Pickens, free agent. I think he's going back to Dallas.
So do I. I was about to say that. I think he ends up in Dallas. But
yeah. Hey, I'm with you, brother. Malik, this is the dream for me. Malik Willis got to make that. That's the next step after you hire your coach. Get Malik in here. Got to make it happen. Malik Willis, best landing spot, the Miami Dolphins. However, did you see Fowler's report?
It said Dolphins or Browns.
Dolphins or Browns.
Yeah, the Dolphins have done a good job as far as positioning, people from Green Bay into their front office now. So that might, and Halfley, the head coach, and then you'll have to, and then you'll have to win a bet if it comes down to money.
You still think you still feel strongly that you still feel good about your bet that he will get less than $25 million?
That it's closer to 20 than 30. Yeah. I do.
You think that?
Yep.
I think you're wrong.
I know you do. That's the reason we made a bet. That's how bets are born.
I know. Okay. What's that? Wu-Tang case? Yeah.
It's for the children.
Cash rules everything around me.
Cream, get the money.
Cream.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Money. Wu-Tang forever. Tyler Linderbaum, best landing spot, Seattle. Malik Willis, best landing spot, Miami. Okay. Tyler Algier, best landing spot, Dallas. Brees Hall.
I've always liked Algier, man.
Yeah. I don't know if he's a feature back though.
No, he's a massive. If you have a committee, he's a massive guy to have. I'm not saying we need him. I've just always had a soft spot for Algier in his running style, goal line work, stuff like that.
Brees Hall landing in New Orleans, maybe. Kevin Zeitler, maybe the best guard on the.
The dude's a war horse. He was here in
20 years ago. I feel like I watched him play when he was 5 years old.
And he wasn't young when he got here. It feels like he was already in the league for a minute. He's played for everyone now.
Best landing spot, Los Angeles Chargers. DeAndre Hopkins, best landing spot, Tennessee Titans.
Hopkins?
Yeah.
It's going back to Tennessee. Second tour of duty.
Would you take a A shot on Calvin Ridley.
Going into the season, I would have said yes, but after watching him this year, I would say no because you're going to have to pay him more than it's worth. See, when it comes to like DeAndre or even, there's a lot of guys out there who they can make your football team better, but they can't be primary pieces anymore.
Oh.
So if you already have the instituted your 1 and 2 in place, then you can take a shot on a guy like that, and he's a luxury piece.
He's like in the perfect role in LA right now.
Yeah.
Where he just go catch touchdowns in the red zone. Make a big
Devontae?
catch when we Wait, I'm thinking of somebody. I'm talking about somebody different, huh?
Yeah,
Devontae Adams.
You're talking about Hopkins.
Not DeAndre Hopkins. But Devontae Adams is in like the best position for like that type of a role.
Yeah.
Where
Puka does all the work and Devontae just catches touchdowns.
No, Hopkins feels like he's fell off way more than.
Yeah, but if he's your wide receiver 3, you're fine. But he can't be your.
No.
If he is, you're in trouble.
Alec Pierce is an interesting free agent wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much money he's going to get. We'll look at that next. But they have him going.
Kid is a lid lifter.
Yeah. They have him going to the Giants. The Giant and they have the Giants mocked to take a wide receiver in with their first pick. Don't they have a bunch of wide receivers
Neighbors?
Already?
Yeah, Malik Neighbors.
And Wandell?
Yeah,
Isn't that a nice pairing already?
Yeah. And I like Theo Johnson. I'm a Scattaboo guy. I like their skill positions.
Yeah, will Scattaboo ever be the same? I don't know.
He's Captain Caveman. I don't know. I didn't know if he was going to be able to play the way he played already. Yeah. I knew in college, you're like, okay, well, in the NFL, you're going to have to tone that shit down.
I wonder what they have as Malik.
Between him and Dart, man, the Giants are here for a good time, not a long time.
Agreed. You want to talk about Kevin at all?
Team Beard down in Atlanta. We made that comparison with Albrecht 2 years ago when he was the interim coach of the Jets. Like, dude, his beard's stronger than Kevin's. Now their beards have united.
Beards unite together.
So will he still be racist if Penix is his quarterback? Will that still be the thing, or will they let that die?
They're already calling him racist.
Are they good? Let's keep it going. Let's keep the gimmick going.
It's insane.
Well, we got to find out now, though, right? Because we're like, oh, it's because he doesn't have the personnel. He didn't have the skill players. You got him now. You better be good.
All right, real quickly. Here are free agents. We're just going to do unrestricted free agents. We're going to do offense only. Okay?
Let's get these filters.
2026. All right. And then, who are guys you would be interested in? Because I don't think you build major pieces here. I think you're just looking to
supplement.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The Browns don't pay for depth. So remember that.
Well, they didn't under
Or
Podesta.
They try not to. Right?
Well, they did. So. When the guardrails were in place.
All right. So now for most of these guys, and I'm not at Over the Cap, so you can yell at me all you want. I'm at Spot Track because they have the market value prediction, which I like.
Yeah, I like that too. The blurb in the red box.
Yes, I like
Jack Duffin's cussing in his sleep right now.
Yeah, and I get it. I like Over the Cap better. The interface,
is easier.
The usability of Spot Track is easier. A.
It is. It just is.
And B, this market value thing they have, and then they explain how they get there. Have you ever read that stuff? A, they're usually pretty accurate with it, and B, it's like a really intense, like they take like the 5 or 6 closest guys, age, position, and then average it all together, and then they use like this graph and this. It's this.
Yeah, you see the spider graph.
Yeah, of how they figure out.
I haven't been to it this off season yet, but I've spent many hours on it.
Yeah, it's impressive though. All right, Mike Evans is 32 years old. He made $20.5 million this year. They have been making 13.3 a year moving forward. Christian Kirk, 29 years old. Are you interested in Christian Kirk at 5.3 a year?
Yes. At 5.3? Yes. Yes, I am.
Me too.
That's a number I can get down with. His last contract I couldn't get down with.
No, 18.
Yeah, I can't do that. But
Deebo
5
Samuel.
for Christian Kirk?
Yeah. That's interesting, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Deebo Samuel, 30 years old, making 17.5 now. They've got him making 20. I
love Deebo Samuel. I'm gonna love to watch him on another team, though. I can't sign up for that experience being on my team. I like watching him though when he's actually on the field, which isn't a lot. Let's be real. But no, you're not. We can't pay that.
All right. They say dude, this is insane. They have Cam Robinson from the Browns.
Yeah, the traffic cone we put out at left tackle. I remember him.
Yeah. You want to guess what they have his yearly average at next year?
By the inflection of your voice, I'm guessing it's absurd. So double digits.
13.
That
is
He's
crazy.
Not worth 3. He's not worth 3, bro.
He's not worth that. All right, Braden Smith, right tackle, 29 years old, Indianapolis Colts, was making 17.5 a year. They have him at 13.5. He would have to be a right tackle, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I'm not familiar enough with his game to say whether he's worth that or not.
Yeah, Jonah Williams, right tackle, 28 years old, was making 15 for Arizona. They have him making 10. Can I interest you in Jonah Williams?
Yeah. A professional right tackle?
Yeah. Njoku, $9 million. Almost 10. Right tackle, Rob Havenstein, 33 years old. Made 11.5. There's no number there. There's not a lot in free agency.
Probably out on Frankenstein.
Zeitler, 13 years pro, 36 years old to make $9 million. Isaac Siomalu. Guard.
Yep.
Are you interested in him?
What's the price tag?
9.6.
Siomalu is an upgrade for us.
Yeah.
I know people in Philly were just disappointed in him.
What about Evan Neal for $4.3 million?
For a dart throw? And just hoping that a change of...
Yeah.
Maybe.
That feels like
I wanted him for a trade 2 years ago, though. I was like, just trade for him. They're not using him.
Elijah Vera Tucker, 26 years old.
AVT. How old is he?
Not very good. He's not very 26.
How old? 26?
26. Okay. Yeah, Wyatt Teller, Batonio are up there. They got them making 12 and 10 million respectively if they came back.
Yeah.
That's crazy talk, man. No way they're worth that. That's the thing. They got these guys ranked just as highly. Trey Pipkins, right tackle, 29 years old. $5 million.
That's the price range I'm comfortable with. I don't know if Pipkins would be my pick for it, though.
Are there any wide receivers?
That's the market we're in right now.
In this, last thing we'll do tonight because we gotta go. But wide receivers in this class. Ready?
Yes.
Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, Deebo Samuel, Diami Brown. Come on down. I like Diami. Tutu Atwell, Adam Thielen, Marquise Brown, Juwan Jennings, Khalif Raymond.
Juwan Jennings, he's a hoe, and I want that known. My favorite quote from this year from Shelby Harris.
I want that known.
I want that
Rashid
known. Not just that
Shaheed.
statement. He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Yeah. Rashid Shaheed.
Yes. This has been a pro Rashid Shaheed pod for a minute.
14 million.
No. Well,
No. Yeah.
What's weird, Seattle's not even using him as a receiver, basically.
I know.
He's just scoring touchdowns as a returner right now.
Zay Jones. And then here's very interesting ones. Wandale Robinson.
Bingo. What is it?
Would
12?
love it. They got him at 15.8 here.
That's steep, but man, he's your 2. You're cooking.
They got George Pickens at 30.6.
Yeah. Jerry will pay that.
That's probably right. Sterling Shepard can't stay healthy. Kendrick Bourne. Alec Pierce. Can you guess the number?
Ooh, 22.
20.2. Pretty close.
See, I don't want to do that, but he's a one-trick pony, but his trick's useful.
Romeo Doubs.
He's not the one I want from Green Bay.
He's the one I want. I love it.
Should he be the poster child for the Guardian helmet?
Yes.
Is he the?
I love him.
When you say Guardian helmet, it looks like he's playing NBA Jam out there with his big ass head, like NFL.
I think he's a fantastic player.
No, I like him. He's just not the one I would want from Green Bay.
12 million. Calvin Austin, no thank you. Naylor, Tyquan Thornton, Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Little Jordan Humphrey.
Dwayne.
Dude makes plays.
Esprit, Scotty Miller, DeAndre Carter. You know I want him. Juju Smith-Schuster. Here, you can interest me in an Alameda Zacchaeus.
Yeah, professional receiver, probably your 3, but he's a solid guy.
28 years old. Probably cost you a couple $1 million. He made 1.5 last year for Chicago. He's in his 7th year. He elevates the basement of the room as a professional receiver. You know, Sky Moore is going to be a free agent. I don't have any interest, but just
I think he should lose the second Y off his name.
Yeah,
he doesn't deserve to have that.
I agree. Hunter Renfro, Tim Patrick, Josh Reynolds. I'd listen to Josh Reynolds.
Again, he's Zacchaeus though for me. He's like, okay, if he's your 3, you 3 or 4, he's solid. He's
same
playable,
with Noah Brown.
Playable depth. Yeah,
Noah Brown, same world. Those are the kind of guys I'm looking at.
Yeah, and then when we talk about free agents, that's what you're doing. You're supplementing. You're raising the floor of a room. You know, he's playable depth. If he's your 3rd receiver, you're in decent shape.
Diami Brown probably interests me the most out of these guys is like a guy that could really be something.
I think Wandale is in that group as well for me.
Well, he's going to make
too much.
14 million. I don't consider him in that same group.
Okay, fair.
Diami isn't going to make 14 million. He's going to make like 5 probably. Dubs at 12. If you could get him for 10, I'd be interested. Got to turn this room over. Can't do it all with draft, but I think there's a trade in here somewhere, and I think there's you have to churn the bottom of the roster a little bit with some free agents. Bring in some professional receivers and make the guys that are on this roster earn it, or else you're going to get your job lost to Zacchaeus.
Okay, if it's up to you, what receivers are you even keeping that's currently on the roster? If it's up to you.
One second. What time is it?
9:05.
All right. We got to go in a second. Let's do this exercise real quickly. All right. Jerry Jeudy, what do you want to do? I don't think you... I want him gone.
No, I said it's up to you. I'm not saying what you think is going to happen.
If it's up to me,
it's up to you, yeah.
He's gone. Jamari Thrash, he can come to camp. He can come to camp,
He's gonna wake up in the parking lot.
but I can't imagine him making the team, right?
Willie
Same
Mays
with
Hayes.
Cedric Tillman. He can come to camp and try to make the team, and he might, but that's it. Gage can come to camp. Malachi Corley is on the roster.
Even Malachi Corley, please and thank you.
Isaiah Bond is likely on the roster.
Yeah, he's dynamic. You don't have that.
That's it.
And that's sad as hell, man.
I got 2 guys I want on the roster. I think Cedric Tillman makes the roster.
Mm.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
But then you gotta, but supplement that with a first round pick, a trade, and a free agent ad.
Yep.
And it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
If
as
you
long
hit.
as 2 of the 3 hit of the trade, draft, and free agents.
Yeah.
2 of the 3 hit, you're okay.
Yeah. All right. TV. Anything?
Yes, sir. I'm on episode 10 of the Startup. I banged out a few this week. I banged out like 4 of them.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, dude. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to spoil things, but there's a lot of moments in that show where, like, okay, so there's a scene where the JJ, the leader of the Haitians, hands Tui a gun to go kill his own father. And I thought that was going to play out over several episodes. It played out right in front of me right that second.
Boom.
Like, dude, that was electric. You know what I mean? Like, that's
there's some real shit going on in that show.
Agent Rusk, dude, that dude he's all over the place, man.
He's a degenerate, man.
He's all over the place, and I don't know, man. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened, you know.
It moves quick.
And Ronald's still like my favorite character so far. Izzy made a questionable decision last show I watched. I don't know how that's going to play out yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm in it, man. I'm in it. I'm trying to get back in the swing of having time to consume. So hopefully by this time next week, I'm into season 2 and I can.
The washer is in flux still.
My dryer is awesome.
Yeah. Good.
Throw that out there.
I have to unplug it, plug it back in, run it, and then unplug it. It's not great. I'm working on it. I'm trying different fixes. Mayor of Kingstown was awesome. The finale was fantastic, Charlie Chuck. I can't wait for you to get to that, Casey.
To get Paramount.
That is one I absolutely know you are going to love. And I know you like this one. And I know, I know some of you guys somebody was in here. Jeff, was watching the Startup. I don't think anybody else is watching it as well. But
that's been phenomenal, man.
Yeah, it's
you
really
are correct
stuff.
to recommend that. That's a fun show.
Yeah, man. Just wait. It's just so good. 4 seasons, I think, right?
3.
3.
I don't know how they're going to stretch it out with Rusk. Like, it feels like the world's closing in on him, and he's like.
I watched. I like Slow Horses a lot. I started it, watched a couple.
It's got Sir Gary Oldman in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, watched a couple seasons and then stopped. I'd like to get back into it. I know there's a new season out. I watched a show on Netflix called His and Hers with the guy from he was in Walking Dead. What's it called?
John Bernthal.
The guy played Shane.
Yeah, John Bernthal.
Yeah, him. And I forget the woman's name, but it's a murder serial killer story.
I've seen the ad. He's a cop. He's having like a press conference in a field or by the woods about a murder.
Yes, he's
not. I just saw the ad. I didn't see the.
He's not
show.
A very good cop, I don't think, in my personal opinion. Not like as playing a cop, but as like his actual.
He's not good at his job.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I found it very entertaining. There's some twists and turns that make it really good, especially late. And I love a late twist, that you didn't see coming. Trading for Maserati Marv. Who's
Marvin
grenade?
Harrison.
Who said that? Andrews?
Yeah, flip back in the chat. Yep, Andrew Pierce. He threw the Marvin Harrison grenade into the chat.
I mean, I would absolutely listen to it. He's still on a rookie deal. Why not? I'd rather have him over Keon.
Yeah, and it all comes down to what your front office, whoever you root for, what did they think of him coming into the draft? He's only 2 years into his career. What was their evaluations? Did they have him as hands down the best receiver in that draft? Then of course they would take the swing. But are the Cardinals going to want a one for him? Because then that complicates because you're not in a position to give up one of your ones.
Yeah, check it out, man. Phil is not a bot. Strong contributor in the chat. Really, Phil is not a bot, I must say. You guys are all great. But Phil is not a bot, and Aaron Pierce the past few weeks really stepping your game up. Chris, there he is. Chris, were you watching Startup? Chris just got in here, I think. We were just talking
through a bum right off the rip.
We were just talking Startup, Chris. I think Chris is watching it too. Anyways.
No, he says.
No, you're not watching it?
Just no.
Maybe it was Jeff.
Jeff was for sure. I know he mentioned he was watching it.
Not Chris. My bad, Chris. Anyways.
Jeff's probably asleep.
We need to start doing chat MVP of the night.
Here we go. There we go.
Anyways, I'm giving chat MVP of the night to Phil is not a bot.
Congratulations, Phil is not a bot. You knew you could do it.
He's been a strong contributor for last couple weeks. He's been in here on the regular.
I'm gonna start taking notes for doing MVPs. I'm gonna have to my right here. I have a notepad every time I see.
I don't think you guys all aren't amazing because you are.
Like tally marks.
You guys all are amazing, the best chat in all the world. But just thought I should point out that I've noticed his presence. And,
he's humbled.
He has been strong.
Before we go, Jeff Champion has a question. CJ Stroud, are we interested?
For what? And do I want to give him the contract that comes with acquiring him?
Well, he's only going into his 4th year, so you don't have to give it to him right away.
So what? I get 1 year to decide?
Yes.
On his mid play?
Yes. Those are all correct things.
No thanks.
Fair.
Not what it'll cost in my estimation. Rather have him leak for straight cash.
Correct take.
Rather just pay Malik, keep the draft assets, structure the contract so it doesn't hit until Deshaun's off the roster. There it is. All right. Any other parting words? Do you want to get out of here?
No, man, everybody hold tight. By the time we meet next week, I expect this to be resolved and us to have a head coach and have a completely different conversation.
Yeah. And tell people to fucking relax.
If it's Udinski, I might not be wearing a shirt next Thursday for the record.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Yeah, if it's Udinski, we'll have a party.
I'm saying, brother.
Let's fucking go.
But we'll see. We have a big snowstorm coming down here, and this state cannot deal with adversity at all.
Not just you. It's the whole side of the country, bruh.
Yeah, but my state's particularly inept at handling adversity. The one thing because it's the ice. You know me. I spent 40 years in the north, baby. I'm not worried about it. But ice is a problem. And it sounds weird to say this, but luckily we had that hurricane a year and a half ago that took out a lot of the trees that were threats to power lines. So we might be okay.
Wait, are you taking CJ?
No, because what you said is correct. If you have to give up a first, the answer is no. We don't have a first to give. We have too many holes on this roster to have given up first round picks. I think CJ with a better offensive mind could do more. But there was a lot of if you watch him play, man, there's paralysis by analysis back there where he's not pulling the trigger. He's throwing to weird spots. He's not seeing it well. His feet look not married with his arm. And we've seen that story. But do I think he's talented? Yes, I do think he's talented.
Fair.
But I can't give a first-round pickup for him. Not right now. We're not in position.
79 in Florida.
Yeah, it's not going to be bad here tomorrow, man. But it's going to be terrible this weekend with just snow and ice, and then it's supposed to stay cold, which it doesn't stay cold like that down here. We're about to stay below freezing for almost a week after that.
I'm shutting the stream off. Listen, appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I need you guys to do this. The podcast feed, the newest version of the podcast feed will be coming out soon. There'll be a trailer. There'll be a podcast feed. It'll be where all popular podcasts are found, so you don't have to watch it on YouTube all the time. You can just listen to the show like a normal podcast if you want to in your car or whatever. So keep an eye out for that, and make sure you tell all anybody that'll listen.
Find a mountain and scream it from the top of it.
Jake is at the Shrine Bowl. He will be checking in via video tomorrow night. That's it. We're out. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching All Eyes on Cleveland. Keep it locked to Browns Film Breakdown.